Hey, Edgewater Alliance Church. We're the Bartholdsons. Rob.
Hilary.
Theo. Jude.
And we're here in Durham, Ontario, Canada, studying at Ethnos Canada's program Emanate. And you might be wondering, why are we here? Well, we're here getting trained for this unfinished work.
You may be wondering, what is this unfinished work? This unfinished work is the Great Commission. It's Jesus telling us that we need to go to all people, all nations, and make disciples and teach them in the things that he taught his disciples. There's over 2,000 people groups. That's over 2 billion people that have still not been reached with the gospel. They have no choice, they have no option but to go to a Christless eternity if someone doesn't go tell them. The unfinished work is taking the gospel where it has never been, and it can be done.
So why is it that over 2,000 people groups still have not heard the gospel message? Many people groups are living in a remote, isolated region of the world, and it's just very difficult to get to them. Maybe another more obvious challenge would be learning culture and language. The more we understand a person's culture and language, the better we will be able to communicate the good news of Jesus' finished work. So it sounds like this is a big unfinished work and task, taking the gospel to places it's never been before, and it's extremely difficult to even get it there. I want to remind you of Matthew chapter 16, verse 18. Jesus says that he will build his church and the gates of hell will not prevail. So we can be confident that this work is going to be accomplished because God himself is going to see that this happens. Humanly speaking, this is an impossible task. And the more Rob and I learn about church planting in an unreached people group and what it takes to get this job done, the more we feel inadequate for this task. But what we do know is that God is at work, and our inadequacies just point us back to him in dependence upon him. And so we can look to him and trust him in this. And ultimately, as the gospel goes forth to places it's never been before, and there's believers and a maturing church established, God is the one getting the glory. So we have the choice in response to this mandate that he's given us of how we're going to participate in this work. So I want you to check out this video of Theo and Jude that will serve as an illustration. That was Jude wanting to get up in this tree on his own, but he just couldn't do it. He's not strong enough to climb up to those bottom limbs, couldn't pull himself up, and so he needed the help of his brother. So Theo comes along, supports him, lifts him, completely fully extends himself, is on his tippy toes, trying to get him up into this tree, right? So they're both working together for the same purpose with the same goal in mind, and they're each doing something so very different. But without the other, like, the task is impossible and it's not going to happen. So it's like the local church supporting and sending out missionaries. The missionary cannot go to the field or stay on the field to see the work accomplished without the support of the local church. So the local church is giving financially, prayerfully supporting, encouraging the missionary as they're going, and as a team, the goal will be accomplished. We get to decide how we're going to give and respond to the mandate that the Lord has given us. Ultimately remembering this is all about his glory, to share the message of reconciliation, how people can be reconciled to God. And we just love you guys back at Edgewater Alliance Church. We're just so thankful for you. Thank you for partnering with us as we work to accomplish the same goal and task of seeing people reached with the gospel message.